So, where are you today, you may ask? And the response is, I'm at the Quarry Bank Mill, just outside Wilmslow, Cheshire. And why am I here? Well, of course, it's a scene of exciting industrial heritage operated by the National Trust, and that is reason in itself. But perhaps more important even than that is that Wilmslow is the 288th largest settlement in the United Kingdom, and even more important than that, I've never been here before. I'm Alexander Rennie, and this is episode 3 of my Forgotten Towns.
Wilmslow, Cheshire, population 37,400, rank number 288.
Far enough from Manchester to avoid both the actual stench of the industrial era and the moral stench of modern times, Wilmslow embodies the vague gentility of Cheshire, regarded by some patronising southerners as an honorific home county, in spite of its geographic location. As such, it has been home to a litany of overpaid soccer players and a diverse range of actors, from Emmerdale stars to Coronation Street stars, all the way through to people who've appeared in Hollyoaks, plus noted sex pest Stuart Hall and brainy boffin Alan Turing. But before all of them, there was Pete Marsh, known in scientific circles as Lindau Man, who died 2,000 years ago under curious circumstances. Who knows? Maybe an over-exuberant celebration of the clocks changing from BC to AD. Fell into a bog, meaning he was excellently preserved, until he was rudely dug up in 1984. And so we return to Quarry Bank Mill, built in 1784 by Samuel Gregg and operated for nearly 200 years by his heirs and successors. Whilst the National Trust are contractually obliged these days to labour lots of trendy negative points about the Industrial Revolution, they can't deny that it's one of the most impressive surviving textile mill complexes in the whole of northwest England. A proud boast indeed. Right, I'm going to see if I can get a bit of an insight into what's going on here from one of the people who know what they're talking about.
So again, looking at this, well, this is the most modern machine in the collection. It was built in 1958.
Right.
It differs only slightly from its original invention of 1828.
Yeah?
Mechanics are better, it's faster. The basic principles are no different.
But you can imagine what it would have been like to listen to that noise all day. Thanks very much for your time.
My pleasure.
Cheerio. A fascinating insight, I'm sure you'll agree, and one that will etch itself into the mind of anyone that has witnessed these amazing machines in action. And so, apart from its important role in helping to provide work for juveniles during the 19th century, and being the last remaining town in Cheshire I had previously failed to visit, we come to perhaps Wilmslow's greatest legacy in terms of the aims and ideals espoused by this podcast. That is, the successful objection lodged by this town, along with Poynton and Alderley Edge, to their planned incorporation into the faceless bureaucratic behemoth that is Greater Manchester, whilst we can easily see why the sports car driving non-entities that inhabit this part of the world might have wanted to avoid their lot being thrown in with that of the grimy urchins of Lancashire. It was also a blow struck for the traditional county delineation of England and the UK as a whole. If only others had taken the opportunity to hold Edward Heath's enfeebled and largely useless administration to ransom in this way, we wouldn't be in the mess we are today. Good night. 500